You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done, but the time it hit you, you're not surprised.
Okay, for starters, go right on ahead and get the Netplay is trash, local play is better memes and expressions out of the way now. Go ahead, I'll wait.
I'm waiting.
Feel better? Good. Now, anyone who has tried to play any game online compared to in person knows that online can be a bit of a hassle sometimes. This doesn't mean that it should be written off completely. Netplay is a saving grace for those who do not have local scenes to play at. While it's surprising, I know, not everyone has a local scene. That's why a lot of players turn to Netplay. That said, Netplay tournaments are just as important as in-person tournaments and majors. Netplay brings players from far away to play against each other, which brings me to the topic of today's video, Netplay tournaments. There are a variety of Netplay tournaments for BlazBlue, but I am not exclusively focusing on BlazBlue for this topic, but for all games. Netplay tournaments expose you to fringe players who may have come up with goofy tech for a character that no one would have thought would be practical, so they can actually see it in tournament use. These scenes get you in the spotlight immediately instead of having you need to make it out of pools in a tournament just to be seen. What this means is you can get feedback on how well you are playing in your matches, and you can go back to watch your replays with ease. On that note, replays, at a local scene, unless you're on stream or friends with the person whose setup you're using, your replay will be forever lost to time. Compare this to Netplay tournaments where most if all, not all matches are streamed via Twitch and then later uploaded to another streaming services such as YouTube. You can go back and not only listen to what was said about a crucial decision that you made that you thought may have changed the tide of the game, but also hear what options that people would have made in the chat at that specific point. Combined with the chat's responses, this is an invaluable tool to help one improve and understand how things that you, the player, may not have taken into account in the heat of the moment. Another big thing Netplay tournaments provide is the tournament feel. The pressure of knowing if you lose too many times, you're being sent home. Everyone was bad once, everyone was nervous once. Nothing helps those tournament nerves than playing from the comfort of your own home versus at a large meeting hall. This lets you not only enjoy the game, but also helps you relax as well. Now, I'm aware a few Netplay tournaments do not give out large sum prizes to attract big heavy hitting names, but they can't give out those big large prizes without support and turnout. For example, when EVO first started, it was only a 40-man tournament for Street Fighter 2. What would have happened had the people back then said in-person tournaments are boring and there's not enough people? EVO may not even exist the way we know it as today. Support the Netplay tournaments in your region, or even better, start one yourself. Because when people start on Netplay, the chances of them growing and expanding into in-person tournaments is really high, especially when combined with getting more attention for the game itself. Netplay keeps games alive when in-person tournaments forget about them, and vice versa. Support a Netplay tournament by either participating, visiting their chat, or even donating. Netplay is a meme, sure, but is where a lot of us started, especially with those who started with the last generation of consoles, you know, with the 360 and PS3. Now, for those who want to know if their connection is good enough for a Netplay tournament, one word: wired. Do not, I repeat, do not try to play competitively online for anything that is in real time with a wireless connection. The reason is the lag spikes are much stronger and much more problematic on a wireless connection. A wire connection dramatically cuts down on the lag and makes the connection much more stable. The next thing you need to do is, when playing certain fighting games, for example BlazBlue, let the game load and do not skip the intro. In games like BlazBlue, they will attempt to synchronize until the connection is stable. So if you let the intro play out, you get an extra couple of seconds of stabilization that can definitely help you and your opponent have a much more enjoyable game. Now, for the next and final point, this goes to the TOs and tournament organizers themselves. While the community thanks you for your hard work and your time, there is one overwhelming problem I tend to notice constantly, and that being overlapping tournaments. On certain days, tournaments will overlap and compound this problem by even being held at the same time. That said, it hurts each community's audience. For example, if a player typically participates in Tournament A, but this week they're going to participate in Tournament B, well, the fans who like watching that player participate in Tournament A, they won't watch that tournament and will leave that tournament high and dry with no views. Now, I know that life happens, we can't all have what we want every time. But I really think a way to truly maximize diverse personalities, turnouts, and a way to help people would be to make it so that everyone has a day. So say one tournament is held Thursday, one Friday, and one Sunday, or Saturday. This lets everyone have a chance in the spotlight. It's just wishful thinking on my end, but I understand that not everyone's available on a specific day, which is another problem when all tournaments are stuffed into one day. If a person is only able to compete on, say, Sunday and there's no tournament, but all the tournaments for the week were mainly on Friday and Saturday, it leaves them with nowhere to play. These are just some of my thoughts. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Comment down below what you guys think would be the best days for Netplay tournaments and what prizes you would actually like to see them give out and be awarded via PSN money or actual in-person cash.